Hello, we are Team 8314. Our team consists of Amanda Billings, Hank Grogan, Rachel Hurst, Blake Jones, and Vivek Rajashekar. And today we will be going over our Sprint4 iteration plan and what we were able to cover within Sprint4 for the development of our project. For our Sprint4 iteration plan, we plan to fully implement two features. First, we had to obtain our Raspberry Pi in order to implement these two features. Then we had to implement the camera functionality. This meant creating and testing the code for real-time photos to be taken, then pinging the Raspberry Pi from our local server so that we could gather the image information, send it up to the Microsoft API, and get back the number of faces that were contained in the photo. And then with the data, we wanted to create visualizations in the UI using that data that we obtained from the Raspberry Pi by making a call to our backend. Now we're going to show all the components of the backend and how they interacted for our product. For this portion of the video, we're going to be using an actual video as opposed to a screen capture because that is the best way to see how the hardware interacts with each other. This computer here is going to be running a local instance of the server, which will connect to the Raspberry Pi. This here is one of our Raspberry Pi computers in this box, and you can see that it's connected to the Raspberry Pi camera through this tape. And the cameras will take photos for the facial recognition. As you travel up, you can see on this monitor what the processing is happening through the Raspberry Pi. Once we send all of our data over from this computer on the Raspberry Pi, it is going to first take a picture, then send the image to the Microsoft API server, which will then return a bunch of data to us, including the number of faces it detected, along with information of the faces, so that when using multiple cameras, we can cross-reference the pictures with clustering algorithms to collect the most accurate number of faces. We are now going to run an example. I just started the local server, and you can see a pic camera is taking the photo, then the Face API returned the data to the server and has the two faces in the picture returned. We will now run one more example. And as you can see, it only detects one face this time. Now that we have seen how the data will be captured and processed by the Raspberry Pis and backend, we will show how it is demonstrated in the user interface. We have the user interface open to the main page of the Day in the Lobby application. The user would then navigate to Overall Analytics, and once they have navigated to Overall Analytics, they would see that the most recent data stored is being shown graphically. So we can see that on April 8th, there was one face found for the students.